The Overton twins blasted 76 runs in 6 overs for Somerset's last wicket before Craig grabbed the wickets which put his side on top on the penultimate day of the LV County Championship match with Yorkshire in Taunton. Somerset started the third morning on 309 for 4, 129 runs behind the champions, and night watchman Alfonso Thomas was bowled by Liam Plunkett in the very first over. Tom Cooper resumed his innings on 55 and was soon looking in good form. His innings was now a very important one, not only for his own personal reasons after a run of low scores in this competition, but also because he was now the rock his side could build around as they tried to earn a meaningful first innings advantage. To that end, the morning started to pan out rather well for Somerset. Jim Allenby, like Cooper, is just beginning to settle at Somerset after a move to Taunton in the winter. The former Glamorgan man was in a positive mood. However, having made 31 of a 6-wicket partnership of 56, made in a dozen overs, Allenby was bowled by a nip-backer from Stephen Patterson, who now had 3 wickets in the innings. More substantial movement off the pitch soon brought him his 4th, Peter Trigo also having his stumps disturbed after making 10. And it was 5 in an innings for the 5th time in Patterson's career and for the 2nd time this season, when he had Alex Barrow taken down the leg side by Johnny Bairstow before the batsman had scored. Cooper was on 90 when he was joined at the crease by Craig Overton, and a first championship 100 was closing in. But with just 1 run needed for that, Cooper gloved a short ball from Plunkett, recalled to the England squad first thing, to Bairstow before slowly trundling off. He left with a total on 409 for 9 and the deficit standing at 29. That all changed very quickly after Jamie Overton edged his first ball for 4. He gave no respect to Plunkett, taking 10 runs off the next over, including this club 6 which went many a mile. His twin Craig was not going to be beaten by his brother, and he followed that up with 4 successive 4s off Patterson in the next over, which had Somerset ahead. Patterson's excellent figures being ruined a little with some thumping shots from the number 10, who struck a 50 in his last match. The Overtons haven't played many times together, just 9 in fact in the first-class game, but they show what their sibling rivalry is capable of by bringing up a 50-run partnership in only 25 balls. Adil Rashid coming on and also being smashed to all parts with 4 more boundaries off a single over. Cricket has been lifted by England's performance at Lord's. Aggression, the new way to get you out of some trouble. In fact, Jamie hit Rashid for 2 huge ones in 2 balls to register a fantastic 50 off only 18 balls. Yes, 18 in a championship game. This was electrifying stuff for the number 11, who had, from those 18 deliveries, hit 7 4s and 3 6s to put his side ahead with a last wicket stand of 76 in only 35 balls. This was Jamie's 3rd first-class 50, and what a 50 it was. He was out next ball, understandably trying to go big again, edging Rashid to Tim Bresnan to leave his brother unbeaten on 31. Patterson ended with 5 for 70 amongst the late mayhem. Somerset, in a real hurry, had amassed a total of 485 for a lead of 47, and Yorkshire had knocked off only 5 of those runs when Alex Lees edged Trigo behind on a single. The momentum was now with the home team, and so it took some hard work from Jack Leaning and Will Rhodes to grab the game back a bit. Yorkshire have become a side not used to being second best, and these 2 young batsmen soon had the game back on an even keel with some neat shots. It was important that they didn't get carried away with all the emotion in the middle, and to their credit, both played carefully, picking off their boundaries when they could to add an important 77 runs for the 2nd wicket. Rhodes had survived a very strong appeal for a catch behind, and talking of catches, take a look at this one from Allenby. A wonderful piece of slip fielding that had Rhodes on his way to Johan Myberg for 40. Leaning was still there, and his wonderful run of scores continued as he added a 50 to his first innings 100 here. He needed 108 balls for this one, and it was completed with his 6th 4. But he was to go just 3 deliveries later, confidently taking on Craig Overton but finding James Hildreth at long leg. Leaning left on 52 and his side on 108 for 3. It was the moment Craig had been waiting for. Now outdoing his brother with the ball, he had Andrew Gale edging his very next delivery to Marcus Trescothick. Glenn Maxwell survived the hat-trick and avoided a debut pair, but on 2 he was comprehensively bowled by Craig to leave with a score on 117 for 5 and with a lead of only 70. More wickets in the hour and a quarter that remained, and Somerset would have been very confident of making it 2 wins from 2 after losing their first 3. Such stats make this competition such an interesting one throughout the summer. Yorkshire showed just why they are so hard to beat though, as Bairstow and Rashid dug in for 23 overs to keep their side in this fascinating game with just a day to go. With Bairstow making 33 and Rashid 23, 54 runs have been added for the 6th wicket, and so now Yorkshire will start the final morning with a lead of 124. They will look to add plenty more to their overnight 171 for 5 in a match where all 3 results are still possible.